Good morning. It is 10:01 a.m. Maybe you won't care about the time, but this video is going to be different, unedited. It is after my June-July vlog. I got text saying that she received that she's a big monster, and I want to clarify, she is not a big monster. I know she's not. She's changed, okay. I've changed, okay. But maybe it was just timing. This video is different because I was told to tell the truth. And for a YouTube video to be an hour long, I had to condense it. And I couldn't condense it even more. So I'm sorry if there's stuff missing out. There's stuff that I didn't put in. It's because of the length. I'm barely starting to build up my channel. I don't have that much followers on the Instagram. I only have 3 subscribers here on YouTube. And for me to get 12 views right off the bat, it was kind of weird. But I'm grateful. All of my, well, not all, but most of my cousins saw it. And my best friend, I'm not going to say his name, you probably saw in the comments from the last video. He's like my brother. Right now, I've been getting a lot of support from him because in my relationship right now, everything's going good, but there are things that I had to ask him because I don't want to say what is in the process, because it's going to create this whole thing where, oh my goodness, she's doing it again, or she did it with in her other relationship, and she seemed happy, and I was happy. I'm not gonna lie, I was happy in my other relationship. And a lot of people don't know about this new process, about this new thing. Only Steve's and I, close friends and family, know about it. Because we're gonna wait. We're gonna wait, and we're going to see what happens. And he told me to have patience and that time will tell. So that's why I'm not, if it seems confusing, it's because I'm not actually explaining the process he's going through. It's nothing bad. It's something really good, and that I'm so proud of him on. So yeah, I'm just gonna leave it at that for my current relationship. As for my past relationship, I was told to tell the truth. And if you want your fucking tell the truth video, here it is. I was happy in my last relationship. She gave her all to me, and I tried really hard to give my all to her. But it came down, and I'm not lying, but if you want to see it as lying, because there's always two sides to a story. I was always told that I didn't give enough, that I didn't give enough effort to my relationship. And that's why I said it in my last video that I would have wanted to out myself. Well, my mom knew I'm bisexual. When I told her, I cried and she told me, I know you are. She accepts me for who I am, but I cannot stop my family from being traditional. And yes, my relationship was a secret, but I knew eventually I'd have to come out and tell them. And people are not dumb. Adults are not dumb. Adults that are older than I am, obviously. They're not dumb. They know. And for them to, like, not ask me what happened or anything like that, they have my respect. Because that shows me that they do respect me. Maybe I did do things wrong. Not when when my relationship ended, or when I ended my relationship, and during it, I was told that my apologies weren't enough, that I needed to come through with actions. And I started doing it, and I'm not trying to cry because, again, they're gonna say, and like how my best friend said, let people talk. But it's because I tried to come through as much as I could with my actions. I would get into fights with my mom. I didn't have much. I also isolated besides her. Like, we isolated each other just within our relationship and like put aside our friendships. I know she never put aside our friendship with our best friend. And I told her, you need to see her. You need to hang out with her. My best friend and I have some conflicts unsolved. We're both very stubborn people and very prideful people. And I know I have to apologize to her in person, face to face. I know I'm scared of that rejection, and I'm scared our friendship will end, but only God knows. But that's something for another time. She went ahead and commented on my video to tell the truth. And you know what? I had a great time in my relationship until I was told that I wasn't being trusted, and I was I shut myself out because of that. Since she didn't trust me, I decided to not talk to anyone, not text to anyone. That's why I mentioned that that I didn't talk to my best friend for months. The whole problem started because there was a group chat floating around, and certain people knew about it. And since my previous partner, well, she knows a lot of people that know, I guess, my coworkers and people that I know. And that, I'm sorry that I'm gonna throw this person under the bus. I don't know their names. I don't know their name. I don't know who he is. I don't know anything about this person, but that person was like a messenger, he was an informative. Other friends or acquaintances from her side, or from her that she went to high school with, because she went to high school with me, I want to say a year and a half, and then she left for about another year and a half, but she went to a different high school, and she made friends over there, and so she has friends from that other high school that would go to like my workplace for birthday parties from their families, friends, whatever, girlfriend side, boyfriends. So they would text her and be like, your girl's cheating on you, your girl's hugging so and so, this person with the, for example, with the curly hair and curly brown hair, and he's kind of short, and he has like a mustache, you know. Here's the picture, he's wearing green, and your girl's wearing red, whatever, you know. I'm gonna kind of expose my coworker because he doesn't work there no more. It was one day that my coworker Aaron, there was two Aarons, not the Aaron I follow on my main page Instagram, but a different Aaron, Aaron M. He was going through some things with his baby mama, and he was telling me stuff in confidence, and I, as a friend or as a coworker, as someone he could confide in me his stuff, I was there for him. I've always been like that. I'm still like that with people. If they need something, I'm here, and I'm gonna hear you out. And maybe that's what I did, and I didn't do in my relationship either. Like I shut myself out, and I shut her out because I don't know. It just, I felt mentally exhausted because she would always tell me, you always take on everyone else's problems except for yours or mine. And I'm like, okay. So that day, going back to my coworker thing, that day I hugged him. He was leaving. He had been there, I believe I want to say it was 5 o'clock in the evening, and I had a 10-hour shift that day. I kind of remember it clearly. I had a 10-hour shift that day. I believe it was a Saturday when I used to work 10 hours. He was leaving for the day. I believe he did. I'm not sure what position he had been in, but yeah. He was saying bye to me, and we hugged, and I told him that I was here for him. So when that was happening, one of her acquaintances was walking in, or her friends was walking into the Peter Piper, and they saw me, and they took a picture of me, and they sent it to her, and we started fighting. And she said that I couldn't, that I remember at the top of my head. She asked me why I was doing that, and I was like, and asked me if I was cheating on her, and I was like, wait, what the hell's happening? I'm like, and she's like, yeah, because you hugged that guy, and he's kind of white, and blah blah blah. Like, she described him. Like, oh, you mean my coworker that was going through some things? I had to explain to her, and yeah, and I do have a past where she told me that she didn't trust me, so I guess I have the past where I liked a certain person, but then she liked me, and it's like I would give her the wrong idea, and it's like back then I didn't know I was bisexual. I don't know, whatever. Back then I didn't know that she liked me until months prior to our relationship. There's a thing where where we started this fling thing back during quarantine in the summer, and there was this guy, and I was like, oh, I'll just be friends with him, like no one talks to him. This was at work, and I'll let him, like I'll help him out, like we're closing together the next day. No one's talking to him, like no one talked to him. I kind of felt bad because no one talked to him, and like I know how that feels. Like it's a new job for him. No one's talking to him. Most of the people there go to a different high school than he does, so he really doesn't know anyone there. So I made conversation with him, like, and that went on, and I liked him. He just led me on, and I ended up getting like sad. And I returned to her, and she's like, I knew that you like someone else and all of these things, like I cannot believe you did that. And I did apologize. And I think the worst part of it all, when we started talking about that situation, was that I went ahead and told her, yeah, I did manipulate you to do all these things, because I was in the heat of a moment where I needed someone there, or whatever it was that I said. I don't quite remember. And that was my fault. That was my fault in telling her that. I did apologize, but then I showed to her that getting into a relationship wasn't a manipulation. And it wasn't. And she would tell me all the time, I feel like I just have the name girlfriend, it's not an actual thing. And I would fight with my mom, and she would tell me, I would call into work. I hope I don't get fired for saying this, but I would call into work saying, oh, I have to get COVID tested, just so I could go to her house and spend time with her. Most of the time, I didn't want to go to work because of that group chat, and because they talked bad about me, and, well, not bad, but like sexually of me, and sometimes bad, and there was these to a point, like my best friend did that, and that's why like I stayed away and all that. And I guess supposedly my now boyfriend was in that group chat, and I don't know, it's so much to unfold, because I was told that my boyfriend is a bad person, that he's just playing with me. Right now that we're going through all of this process, I don't think that he's playing with me, and if he does, like, my mom and my friends and her, Alex, they all like to obviously warn me about things, and I understand that. I understand. But when they're doing it, I understand they care about me and they love me. But when they warn me, they're like, just stay away at all costs. But it's when I get burned, I tell him I'm sorry, it's just I have a big heart. And I try to see good in people because that's how I want people to view me. That I'm not always a bitch. I'm not always in a bad mood. I'm not always, you know. I hardly slept last night because it hurt me for me to be with, like, to be able to, like, have those nice things, like, that I actually, well, I'll do it in the next vlog, but the amazing time I spend with my boyfriend yesterday and his family, like, I felt like I was at home. And for me to get a text me while I'm watching the Raiders game with him and being there by his side because he's going through some things, created extra drama for me last night, and like it was a little painful. And for people to text her and be like, "You're such a monster," I didn't want that to happen. It seemed like I intended to do it, but it's because if I'm showing my boyfriend, if I was showing my girlfriend or a girlfriend at the time in my previous videos, and now that I'm actually showing a boyfriend, like it confuses people, so I try to balance out like what I was gonna say. And yeah, maybe I guess I overdid it. I'm not sure. I don't know about confessing how I felt or whatever. It's because I try not to talk about it as much. I'm closed off and the things I live now in my relationship, like I'm trying to heal. Take a shot every time I say heal and hard, because it's all I've been saying. From the things I went through in my past relationship, and yeah, it was bad that me and her came to an agreement that we'll establish our boundaries during our relationship. I think that was like the bad part that we did, because we made a mutual agreement with that. And but even before, while we were friends, like there's things that she would say to me, and she'd be like, "I am just joking," but it fucked with my mind a little, and I would tell her straight to her face. But it was whatever. And it's like, I'm trying not to seem like I'm bashing on her or make it seem that she's not. It's not that she's a bad person. She's not. She has a good heart. She has a big heart. Obviously, she's gonna stand her ground. She's gonna protect herself. She's gonna defend herself. And the people around her are gonna be on her side, and the people on my side are gonna be on my side. And if they want to be on her side, I'm okay with that. Like, I'm okay with, I guess, losing people like that. It's really hard. It's really hard for me, like, not to cry. I believe I mentioned in my last video that I didn't cheat. I didn't. I literally had to ask my best friend. Because trust me, it eats away at me. But obviously everyone has their own way of thinking of what cheating is. In June, my boyfriend had his birthday. At the beginning, I believe I was still on my first part of summer break. I decided to make him a homemade present, to show also my gratitude of my friendship with him. There's a letter that I wrote him. I honestly don't remember what I wrote him, but apparently Alex read that letter, but I never showed it to anyone. Never. I don't think I even had a picture of it on my phone. And that was the bad part, is that she would go through my phone and she would tell me, you're sending flirty texts with him and he's flirting back. I'm like, what do you mean? He doesn't even answer my messages. I think he answered once or twice, but he wouldn't even answer me like quickly. He wouldn't answer me like daily. Like, no, I wouldn't even text him daily. Like, I asked him what his favorite color is. That was all. And then I did say, oh, I missed you today at work. Is everything all right? And they're all like, yeah, they just called me off because they had enough employees, whatever. And I'm like, okay. And I'm like, oh, I missed you today because I was going to tell you something, and I guess I'll tell you next time I see you. And I hope you have a great rest of your day. I don't remember the messages because I had an episode, like a manic episode, when I told Alex that he liked me. So she ended up blowing up that night. I ended up blowing up that night too. I went into this manic episode, and I blocked Steven on my messages, and I erased his messages. But she had gotten my phone because she asked me for it, and I'm like, okay. Like, I thought she was gonna do something else on my phone, but no, she started deleting pictures and all this stuff, or starting to delete pictures and everything like that. And after she told me things about Steve, that he's a bad person, and she did research on him, that her acquaintance did too, like, and her acquaintance knew about the group chat, and since she knew about the group chat and all that, and about Steven, like, there was like mistrust in there, because supposedly I was cheating on her, that I was pregnant, and all these things from someone else, and it's like, and that I had slept with my best friend, and it's like, I felt like I was 16 again when my ex Bernardo said that I had slept with my best friend, and that's why and that I put the devil horns on him, and that's why that I had cheated on him, and that's why he left me. And it wasn't true. My ex Bernardo cheated on me, and I was the one with the horns walking around the school and everyone laughing at me. So I don't know where that makes sense. There was like a few times where my friend Michael would be like, she's cheating on you, be careful. And there was someone, I don't remember who it was, and I wish I can, and I'm trying to dig back on my memories, and I cannot remember who it was, but they're like, be careful, you need to watch out, because there's things that are going on that you don't know. And I was like, what the fuck? I'm like, okay. And I was like, no, she's told me that she's never cheated on me, and I believed it. Okay, I didn't think anything more of that, but whatever. But when I was accused of cheating, it seemed like I actually did it. I didn't. I never slept with my best friend. That's fucking disgusting, because I look at him like a brother. He's like my brother, and his sister knows that. His biological sister, and his sister is like a sister to me too. Like, that's so gross. Like, when I think about that, I just want to throw up. The same thing with my team leaders, J and A. Like, I'm just gonna say their initials because for privacy reasons. J and A are like my brothers, and for me to be told by my ex, and I'm not making this up, because we had a conversation when we broke up. She asked me, why couldn't you be in love with Jay? And I'm like, he's like my brother. That's disgusting. Why can't you be in love with A? Why couldn't you be in a relationship with A? I'm like, because A doesn't like me. A is like my brother. A and I fight most of the time when we're at work, but like fight in a sisterly brother way, like. And I told her, that's so gross. That is so gross. Like, I don't know. My favorite person, my favorite cousin, doesn't know all of these things. These persons, these friends, or whatever that I look up to, brothers, 2 of them know. My boyfriend knows it. But my favorite person, my favorite cousin in all of this world, he doesn't know that. I haven't talked to him. I haven't seen him in person. Like, I don't know. And it's like, to be honest, yeah, I liked Steve. Yes, I did. And I don't know why. I still don't know why till this day. I kind of figured it out, but I still don't know why. I really don't know why I liked Steve. And my cousin, my older cousin on my dad's side, he's like, because you were looking for a way out. Whether I was looking for a way out or not, and even though I chose him, I already knew what was gonna happen. Like, I had that gut feeling that I knew what was gonna happen. And I did say in my last video that I was told that I never thought about anyone else's feelings but mine. But I did. I didn't voice them. So that doesn't mean that I didn't think about it. Like, only yourself knows what goes through your head, if that makes sense. Only you know what type of demons you're fighting with, if that makes sense. Because I'm no one to say the condition Alex has, or Alex is going through and will go through for the rest of her life. And I'm not going to say it because she has the right to voice her personal life, and I'm not one to take it out here. So I'm showing that respect to her, and I hope she's okay with that. But instead of me understanding her, and I did wrong, and I did tell her, yeah, you know what, I was wrong. Instead of telling her, oh hey, I would rather have this and this, I would rather have this and this, instead of understanding or researching or whatever, being up to date, being informative to myself about it. I did wrong. She's still a human being, but thinks differently, emotionally different. I brought up a word called codependency. And that did not go well. That did not go well because it wasn't true. To her, it wasn't true, but I saw the signs, the symptoms. I tried really hard to help her, and I was there. I fought with my mom. I would go through hell and back with my mom. I thought I was gonna lose her at some point. She told me that I was ungrateful, that I didn't think about others but myself, but Alex, and that broke my heart. Because at the end of the day, I felt like I was never enough, and that I couldn't please anyone. I was even told by Alex, that I'm always a people pleaser. And that's how I grew up. And I've changed. But also I tried to do things to please Alex. And I'm trying not to cry because it's gonna seem like it's fake or whatever, and if this whole ass video is fake, go ahead and think that. But I came on here to say that, yes, it was both our faults. Yes, we should have not had gone up to the violence part. I didn't say that in my last video, but since they wanted the truth, we should have not gone to violence. It wasn't violence at all, like, it was too bad. It stopped. I would tell her, like, when I knew I was about to hit that breaking point where you get angry and this happens. It got to the point where I was like, I just need 5 or like a minute to cool down and talk about it. But no, I was not instigated, but I was being attacked while I was like burning up, boiling to the point that I cannot take it no more. If we were fighting, when we would fight, I would tell her, and she's probably gonna say that's not true. She could think whatever she wants. That's how I felt. I voiced it, and no, but yeah. Same, and it was vice versa. We would shut each other out, and we couldn't have a normal conversation, because I was already on edge. I was living on edge. I was ready to blow up any minute, because I was constantly being told I was cheating on her, that I didn't, that I was cheating on her, and that I was not a good girlfriend, that I was never there for her. There was one time where I was like, don't tell my mom you got this, because she's gonna be like, why didn't Flood, why didn't you do it? And like, I was gonna feel like a failure, and my family started idolizing Alex because of her educational accomplishments, and they started asking me why I couldn't be like her, and it just took a toll on me. Now my family doesn't do that. They're just hopeful I do graduate, not this fall but next fall of 23. They're just hopeful. We're praying to God, and we're just letting time tell. And yeah, I did wrong, and I did tell her I apologize. I did wrong. I should have not done that, and I should have just let you say it. I should have let you voice it. I should have let you post it. I did wrong. I'm learning from my mistakes. I totally am. And in Spanish, estoy arrepentida. I don't really know the English words for it, but yeah. It's a lot to talk about, because it was a whole year of a relationship. Yeah, I should have done better on my communicating, on trusting her. I don't know, but I trusted her 100%. But I wouldn't be mad, like, oh, I went here, I went there. I'm like, okay. But I was told, like, why didn't you tell me you were here? You told me this, that. I'm like, I had to have my location on. I thought it was okay at first, because I'm like, okay, like, if I forget to tell her, oh, I'm going to my grandma's, or I'm going to my aunt's, whatever, wherever I'm going, she wouldn't mind. She wouldn't get mad. But little by little, why are you at your grandma's? Why didn't you tell me? I just need to know you're okay. And I'm like, I'm fine. I got here fine. I'm perfectly fine. I'm in one piece. I am learning from my mistakes again, like how I said before. So, like how I was saying right now, it's a lot to unfold, because it was a whole year of a relationship, and we would see each other every single day. Sometimes that's why, like, I lack in vlogging and stuff like that, because I would be on the phone with her most of the time and texting her, and I really couldn't take a video or say like update you guys and stuff like that. And I would be like, hold on, I need to update. And she'd be like, why are you updating? I'm like, I'm just updating. Like, okay, I didn't know. You should have told me. And she's like, I'm such a bad girlfriend. Like, both of us mentally, we were negative. Verbally, we were negative. But at the same time, I try to keep it as positive as I could. So I would be as positive as I can. And I would try to cheer her on, try to motivate her as much as I could. But when I saw, again, if you're seeing this and you think it's bullshit, you think I'm lying to tell the truth, I am telling the truth. When I would try to motivate her and get her to like push her limits, push herself, challenge herself to things that weren't really school related, I was proud of her. But at the same time, I saw that giving up and I can't do it, I can't I'm too tired, I can't. Maybe it's part of her, what she has. And but I try to like push her because I try to push myself like more than my limits and a little bit more, and I try to challenge myself and things like that. So I told her, are you okay with it? She said, yes, that's fine. Like, okay. And like, okay. And I would do it, but when I saw there was no progress, I didn't know what to do. I couldn't do it no more. I stepped away, specifically for the gym. I even stepped away from the gym. I stepped away from, my better eating, or my healthy eating, or as healthy as it could be. I tried really hard, and I also again tried to please her so she wouldn't feel like I'm going against her. And maybe that was my fault too. Like, I was going to like trying to please her, or I don't know what to think no more. I'm so done with it. Like, when I think about it, when I try to talk about it, and for people to like start messaging her and say, oh, you're such a monster, please don't do that. Please don't tell her she's a monster. Leave her alone, please. And I'm not gonna take down the vlog. But yeah, I'm not gonna take down the vlog, and I'm not gonna apologize for it. I'm not gonna take it down. Please do not message her. Leave her alone. Leave this or our past relationship alone. Don't toy with it. Really don't. I just want her to live in her new headspace. I want to live in my new headspace as well. It's really hard. It's really tough. It takes a toll on both of us, because I can make her seem out like a monster, and she could do that to me too. And it's a lot to unpack. And I don't want this video to get longer, because it's already almost at an hour long. But I want to put it out there. I was also wrong too. I did wrong things within my relationship. As for the breaking up, her, me, and everyone else could say what they want, because I already said that millions of times, and I already cleared it up. Be glad that my boyfriend doesn't come on here and just clears it up, because Oh yeah, you'll get a big ass dog. But anyways, if she wants to make a video about it, she can go ahead and do it. I'm not stopping her. I'm not. Whatever she wants to voice out, she could voice out. Whatever she wants to do, she could do. It's her life. Our lives are separate now. I do what I want with my life. She does whatever she wants with her life. As long as we have the boundaries not to overstep what we're going to say or whatever within our friendship. I am tired of it. I am tired of hearing you cheated. I'm tired of hearing say the truth. I'm really tired of it. And yeah, maybe I did wrong too. Like, I should have not voiced my relationship. Or maybe I should have. I should have told everyone, and I should have lost it all for her because I did love her. And a lot of people, she could say, our best friend could say it, you didn't love her, because if you did, you would have stayed with her. I'm like, okay. It's hard to say or to just think about it. That's why I stay quiet. I did love her. And she specifically told me in person, I'm not gonna go back with you. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, okay, that's good. That's a good thing that you're gonna do. Because I don't want to go back to her either. I don't want to hurt her no more. And just to make it clear, this last vlog, hopefully it will be the last time I talk about my past relationship. And just keep moving forward. I'll just keep moving forward. And I'll just talk about the relationship I am now. And no more about her. If this video wasn't the truth, then I don't know what you want me to say. If you want me to blame myself for everything, okay. I blame myself for everything. Done. If that's the truth you wanted to hear. If I list people over this video, acquaintances, whatever it is, okay. As long as my past relationship is not brought up anymore, as long as she doesn't get messages about it anymore, please leave her alone. Please. Really do leave her alone. Thank you for the 12 views in my last video. It's hard to unwind. It's hard to talk about it, to shorten it. I should have made a list. I don't know. I just woke up and said, you know what? Here's the Say the Truth video. I will not be doing a video like this anymore, hopefully in the future or in the present. I hopefully don't have to do a video like this. No more past relationship from here and now. Clear, positive energy, thoughts, etc. I'm sending you guys out with lots of positivity. Love each other. Be there for one another. Communicate. boundaries, honesty, and trust is the key to a healthy relationship. But for sure, be there for one another and try to heal your partner or whoever you're with. Try to help them heal. Try to just be there as much as you can for them. Don't make the mistakes that I did. Don't do things that look right. Don't do bad things that look great. That's what I was told. Sometimes we end up having to do it because it's the only way to go, and yes, it's gonna hurt people. But just remember that if you think about it, and if you feel like it was the best thing for you to do, then do it. Get help if you need it. Don't be ashamed of it. We all need help. I'll go ahead. I don't have anything else to say. Please don't text her. Please don't text me. Please don't comment rude things. If this wasn't the enough truth for you, then I don't know what will be. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and leave you here, and I'll see you in the next vlog.